Prison. Just the word sends a chill down your spine. But have you ever wondered what really happens after that heavy door slams shut? Not just for those who committed crimes, but for those trying to survive inside a world built to break them? This isn't about what you see in movies. This is the raw, unfiltered truth of prison life. What happens behind the bars stays hidden until now. Prison life is nothing like what you see in movies. It's not just about bars and guards. It's about the silent battles people fight every single day. Once the cell door closes, everything changes. No more freedom, no more choices. You're left to live in a world where every moment feels like a lifetime. You might think it's all about punishment, but there's so much more to it. Inside, people are dealing with regrets, lost opportunities, and sometimes they're fighting just to keep their sanity. Every person here has their own story, a story that doesn't start with the crime they committed. Some are trying to find redemption, others are just trying to survive. It's not just about the prisoners either. The guards, the ones who hold the keys, also have their struggles. They deal with the same place, the same walls, and often the same frustrations. They're the enforcers of a system, but even they have their own battles to face behind closed doors. Behind bars, survival isn't just about avoiding trouble. It's about keeping your head together, finding a sense of purpose in a place designed to strip you of it. Sometimes the hardest part isn't being behind the bars, it's living with what's going on inside your head. The isolation, the regret, the fear, it all eats at you. But the untold story of prison life, it's the resilience, the small moments where you see a flicker of hope, the ways people try to keep going despite everything. Prison changes you, yes, but it doesn't always break you. Some of us find strength in the most unexpected places. Others, well, they just get lost. But there's always more beneath the surface. It's a world that most will never truly understand. And yet, it's a world that shapes people in ways we often forget. So the question is, what really happens behind those bars? Do we really understand what life inside is like, or do we just see what we want to? The hardest part about prison isn't the locked doors or the guards. It's the isolation. It's knowing that the world outside keeps moving on while you're stuck in here, watching life go by. Some prisoners try to forget about the outside, while others hold on to it, clinging to memories of family, freedom, and a life they'll never get back. But what does it really mean to live in a place where time seems to stand still? Every day drags on, and soon you start questioning everything. Who are you really when you're stripped of your freedom? Are you the person you were before you came in, or do you become something else entirely? There's no real rehabilitation in a place like this, not in the way people expect. You might get a few programs, a few classes, but nothing can truly prepare you for life once you step outside those gates. Some come out worse than they went in. The system doesn't fix people, it breaks them. The prison doesn't care who you were, it cares about keeping you inside, keeping you contained. And even when you do get out, you're not really out. You carry this weight, this stain, everywhere you go. Society looks at you differently. You're always the ex-con, and that label is hard to shake off. Some manage to rebuild their lives, but others are doomed to repeat the cycle, drawn back into the system they never truly escaped. The truth is, prison changes you in ways you never expected. You come in thinking you're a victim of the system, but in here, you become a part of the system, a machine that feeds on its own, turning out more and more people who will never be able to leave the way they came in. Some are broken by it, others learn to survive, to adapt, but in the end, everyone is touched by it, and that's the untold story of prison life. It's not just about serving time, it's about surviving it, living through it, and coming out the other side if you can. But the question remains, who are we when we leave these walls? Are we the same person who walked in, or are we something entirely different? Prison doesn't just affect the inmates, it's a whole system, a whole world that exists within itself. And when you're in here, you realize something. You're not just locked in a cell, you're locked in a mentality. It's not just about the four walls, it's about what the system does to your mind, your thoughts, your soul. Every day is a game of survival. You learn quickly what's important. You learn to trust no one, because loyalty doesn't always exist here. The people around you are often just looking out for themselves. The guards, they're just doing their jobs. But the real question is, how long can you keep your humanity intact in a place that demands you lose it? Some prisoners try to find a way to escape the madness. They read books, take up hobbies, or find solace in religion. They try to build something positive out of their broken surroundings. Others fall into deeper despair. They've lost the will to fight. For them, the walls aren't the only prison. They're trapped in their own minds. And then there's the time. Time in prison isn't like time on the outside. On the outside, you have a clock, deadlines, a routine. In here, time stretches on endlessly. A year feels like 5, a decade like a lifetime. You learn that it's not the amount of time that matters, but how you spend it. And most spend it just trying to get by. There's a strange kind of brotherhood that forms here, but it's not the kind you'd expect. It's born from shared suffering. You connect with people you would never have spoken to on the outside. People who have done terrible things. You see the humanity in them, and they see it in you. Prison is a place where you're forced to reckon with your own darkness and with the darkness of others. But sometimes you find empathy in the least likely of places. But what happens when the gates open, when the doors are unlocked, and you're told it's time to go? It's not a celebration, it's a whole new kind of fear. The world outside isn't waiting for you with open arms. It doesn't want you back. You've become a shadow in a world that doesn't understand you. The hardest part of leaving isn't the prison walls. It's the weight of the past that you carry with you. You can't outrun the things you did. And when you step out, the question is, can you ever truly leave prison behind? Or does prison follow you, no matter where you go? In here, you learn that freedom isn't just about stepping out of a gate. It's about what happens in your mind, your heart. You might walk out, but can you ever truly be free again? And maybe that's the real story of prison life, the one that doesn't end when you're released. Because for some, it never really ends at all. But as much as the outside world fears what happens when someone is released from prison, it's just as afraid of the truth inside. The truth about what prison life does to the people who live it. It's not just about punishment, it's about control. It's about the system constantly reaffirming that people are either good or bad, with no middle ground. They put you in a box, label you, and then throw away the key. But the key isn't really thrown away, is it? It's always there, just out of reach, waiting for you to find it or lose it forever. The real cost of prison isn't just the years you lose. It's the person you could have been, the life you might have had, and the person you become when everything's stripped away. You're told who you are by everyone else, by the system, the guards, the fellow inmates. But rarely do you get to decide who you are. And once you lose that control, once you accept the labels they put on you, it can feel impossible to take it back. In prison, everyone has a story. Every person has something they've lost, something they're trying to escape, or something they're trying to find. And no one talks about the things that go unsaid, the way people hold on to memories, the way they fight to keep pieces of themselves intact. Some hold on to family, others hold on to faith. Some don't have anything to hold on to at all. And yet there are moments, small, fleeting moments, where you see the spark of something better. Maybe it's a conversation between inmates who are normally enemies. Maybe it's a rare moment of kindness from a guard. These moments aren't enough to change the system, but for those who experience them, they remind them that there's still something human left in this place. But it's all temporary. Prison doesn't change. It doesn't bend. It doesn't care about the person you're trying to become. It only cares about the system it's built upon, the control it's established, and the power it holds over everyone inside. When you get out, you can try to start fresh. You can try to rebuild. But the truth is, the system never truly lets go. The world outside doesn't know how to accept you anymore. You can't just pick up where you left off. The shame, the stigma, it lingers. You're still the person who was locked up, and no matter how hard you try, that label is stuck to you. The real question is it worth it? Is there any way to rebuild, to change? Or does prison just make it too hard to ever fully escape? When you're out, the system still has a hold on you. You're constantly reminded of the past, constantly judged for who you were, and no matter how hard you try to move forward, it's always there, like a shadow. Prison life doesn't end when you walk out the door. It stays with you, a part of you. And for some, it's a part they never truly escape. There's a misconception that once you step out of prison, you leave the past behind, that you can walk away, turn the page, and start fresh. But in reality, it's never that simple.